今日はですね、地球を笑顔にするアクションのメンバーということで、学生の皆さんさまざまな質問ありましたけれども、ドクターは学生の時どんな学生さんだったんですか？
I went to village school. Our family lived in the village, but in third grade, the family moved to the town, and then went to school in town. And I was always doing getting in the top position in the class in exams. So at that time, I had no idea what that means. But gradually, I saw the significance of it because once I finished this school, I'm taken to a bigger school, very important school, and there I again become first in the class. So I was taken to another school, high school, and in the whole country, I stood in the top 10. So I was admired by everybody that your performance is so well. But I had no background on that, but somehow I was very lucky that I was performing well. So I always had the chance to teachers paid a lot of attention to me, and etc. Scholarship, Fulbright scholarship. I got the Fulbright scholarship. So I was taken, I went to United States to do my PhD in Vanderbilt University. There also I did well, and I became a teacher in one of the American university there, in the Middle Tennessee State University. So all my academic career was, I was in a happy position because everybody is paying attention to me and I'm doing well and I succeeded to do the things they wanted to do.
少年時代、お勉強以外は何か好きなことはなかったですか？
Oh yes, very much. I was a Boy Scout. That's an important thing. So I had a lot of fun being Boy Scout. As a Boy Scout, I had a chance to travel a lot, to attend big rallies, the jamborees and so on. So one of the things when I was 15-year-old, I got the scholarship to go attend a global jamboree in Canada, Niagara Falls. So this is a global meeting of all the Boy Scouts in the world. So I was very encouraged. Then we came back by ship from New York to Southampton, and then went to Germany to buy microbuses from Volkswagen. So all of us got 3 microbuses bought by Boy Scouts Association to save plane fare. So instead of giving the plane fare, they invested the money in buying microbus. So we are asked to drive these 3 microbus back to Pakistan, at that time in Pakistan. So we had a lot of fun. We go anywhere in Europe, we have the car, we stop someplace and the local Boy Scouts greet us, make arrangements for us, and then move on to the next turn, next country. It took 6 months to get back to Pakistan by driving. So it was a lot of experience. This is 1955. I was a 15-year-old kid. So this was a wonderful experience, a Boy Scout experience. This is one. And when I came to States, something happened. This is the peak, the time, this is a 60, 65 to 71. That's the time I was in the United States, 72. This is the peak of civil rights movement. So I was right in the middle of the civil rights movement. So I saw the anger in the black community and the white community. And the university that I went became the first integrated university in the South. So that was an exciting thing that black students are being enrolled there. 5 black students were enrolled. This was a big celebration for them. So I saw that problem, and then it was the hippie movement. At the hippie movement, everybody is hippie, all the young people that I'm studying, they are hippies, their lifestyle is different. If you're over 30, you are not trustworthy. So this is another thing simultaneously happening. And third one, anti-Vietnam War. So this is a big movement at that time. So I had a very interesting time in the United States. Lots of social conflicts were happening. Lots of social innovations are taking place. I was right in the middle of it and enjoyed it.
そういった中で、そのようなバックグラウンドがある中で、なぜ貧困問題に興味を持ったのか、さらにはその融資は最初は女性や女の子たちに向けてということだったんですけれども、なぜそういった思いになったのか、きっかけを教えてください。
While I was in the States, and the last part of it, Bangladesh and Pakistan, we are part of Pakistan at that time. We had a war of freedom, liberation movement. We wanted to get out of Pakistan. in creating independent Bangladesh. So I participated in it from the United States, mobilizing public opinion, lobbying at the Congress, so running after the congressmen, running after the senators to support the cause of independent Bangladesh. So I spent those time, and as soon as Bangladesh became independent in December of 1972, December of 1971, I immediately resigned from my job. I said, I'm going home. So I came back home. I took a job in one of the universities in Bangladesh, Chittagong University, and country ran into famine. There's a nationwide famine. People are dying of hunger. There's not enough food in the country. So it's a terrible situation. I'm coming from the United States, teaching in the university there, now teaching in the university in Bangladesh. I see dead bodies around me. So I said, what did I do? What kind of economics I have learned? It doesn't make me able to handle these things. I cannot help all those people. Poverty everywhere. People don't have enough to eat, just eat, nothing else. So I became very disenchanted with the subject that I teach. I said, it's a useless subject. Economics doesn't teach me anything. I wasted my time. So I was kind of fuming inside of me. Then I thought, instead of fuming, why don't I try to find out if I have any usefulness in me? So I said, let me go to the village next door to the university campus to see I can be useful to somebody in that village. And then I started doing that. And I did a lot of little things every day to help to see that I can be useful to somebody with something doing. And then along the way, I saw the loan sharking. And there I saw how people are being victimized for little money. So I thought maybe I should give the money so that they are not victimized. I protect the people who are victimized by the loan shark. So I started lending money. That story became the whole story of microcredit, Grameen Bank, and global movement, and so on and so forth.
私たちの番組のテーマは何かアクションを起こそうということなんですけれども、SDGs というテーマの中でやっぱり何かアクションを起こすとなると、自分にとっても地球にとっても誰かにとってもいいこと、つまりビジネスとして成立することができると思うんですよね。そのギャップ、どうやったらじゃあ自分も動いてみようと利益を期待できるかどうか。
When we got involved with SDG, formulation of SDG, there are lots of debates, what should be included, what should be excluded. One of the things I was saying, I was part of this formulation. One of the things I was saying, this is the list of all the terrible problems we created on this planet. 1 through 17, yes. These are the problems we created. So you can see that you have to solve this problem. You can do it one by one, you can do it collectively, you can, but you have to have action behind it. It's not just talk about SDGs. Sustainability is the issue. The planet has to sustain itself, is to survive. But the fact that many of these is continuously destroying this planet. Until you stop them, you cannot have a sustainable world. You can tell all those 17 goals and so on, but the world will disappear by the time you are successful in doing that. So I will keep talking about the climate is a major issue. We have to address it because without that climate issue resolved, the planet will not, at least human beings on this planet will not survive. We'll become dinosaur in this planet very soon. So we have to address that. Then he talked about wealth concentration, which is not part of the SDG. I said that's the issue. SDG talks about poverty. It doesn't talk about what causes poverty. So we have to go to the reason for the poverty, cause of the poverty. Wealth concentration in the economic system, that causes poverty. All the wealth of the world is sucked up and sent to the top to the few people. That's what causes poverty. So poverty is not created by the people who are underneath. They are the victims of the system, so we have to address the system. Then we talked about other things about the unemployment created by artificial intelligence and so on. I said we have to be very careful what technology we use and so on. So that's why we put this all 17 goals in terms of 3 major issues. We started calling it creating a world of 3 zeros. 0 net carbon emission, 0 wealth concentration, 0 unemployment.
では最後のクエスチョンになりますけど、This is the last question. 2030年までいよいよ折り返しということになりました。SDGs の到達目標一つの区切りではあるんですけれども、そこに向けて今日本の人たちが一体何をできるのか、何をするべきなのか、メッセージをお願いします。
First to become aware the significance of SDGs and where we are. is not about just reform, improve a little bit. It's all about survival. Whether we exist on this planet or we don't exist on that planet. That's the whole issue. So SDG can say in many languages and so on, but the real issue remains that we have to protect this planet for us. Planet may survive, but we may not survive. So we have to make sure that doesn't happen. So we don't come to the level where it's impossible for human being to survive on this planet. Before that, we have to stop that the deterioration of the environment that we have done so far, destroying that. And that's have been so far very slow process. It's not proceeding the way we can achieve that goal as quickly as is needed to be done. So we have to expedite that process, and then many these non-believers have come. They no, it's not going to be destroyed, it will take time, we'll handle it. They are confusing people. So we want to make sure that we agree that this planet is a real danger, and we don't have time. We are talking about in terms of decades, not in terms of centuries anymore. So how much time we have to come to the zero carbon emission. It has to be achieved as quickly as possible so that we can survive on this planet. So SDGs are something that is important for our daily work, the way we do business. Businesses are creating the environment worse and worse. So what happened to our fossil fuel industry? Is thriving, is exploring new oil rigs and oil fields and so on and so forth. So that's not what we have to bring the renewable energy into it. We are not going as strongly in the renewable energy as we should to replace the fossil fuel and everything else. We are not taking care of the plastic, and plastic is polluting the whole world, polluting the oceans, rivers and everything, and destroying our ecosystem as it is. So we have to go very in a firm way, not in making speeches, making programs to say we'll do it by 2050 or 2030 and then forget all about it. That's not what's going to solve it. So we have to be done now. We have to be very sure that we don't extend ourselves too far. We have to get things done. We have to be tough with ourselves.
これからも自分たちができることは何か、毎日いろいろとね、時間がないということをいい意味で意識をしながら考えていきたいと思いました。It is great honor for me to interview today. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
ありがとうございます。ユヌス博士にお話を伺いました。Thank you. Longer. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Thank you very much.